Alright, so today we will be doing a Black 2, White 2 Hardcore Nuzlocke tier list, basically explaining how good each of these Pokemon are in the Hardcore Nuzlocke setting of Black 2, White 2. Now, these are some of the best Pokemon games, honestly. I'm a huge fan of Gen 3, but I love Black 2, White 2. They have a good story for a Pokemon game. Amazing soundtrack. I love the visuals of this generation, and it has a lot of cool Pokemon that you could use. So, if you get lucky, you could have a really amazing team, and this could be really easy. Now, this was actually the first game that I hardcore Nuzlocked. Actually, first game I Nuzlocked in general. And I remember I was doing so well up until the 8th gym, and I got pretty much almost swept. All I had left was a Star U, and I was too lazy to train up other Pokemon I had in the box. I didn't think it was worth it, so I just did another one recently and just barely clinched it out. I actually had my Starmie faint during the E4. That's an accident. But anyway, my point is that these games are actually hard too. There's a lot of random trainers that killed a lot of my Pokemon. The ace trainers and veteran trainers later on in the game get very hard. But anyway, let's just get right into it. First up, we have Eradicate. Eradicate, honestly, I'm just going to be upfront, but any Pokemon with Guts is going to be high on the tier list because Guts is just such a broken ability. It's so easy to just get a Poison Point burn or a Poison Point poison or a Flame Body burn or something like that on your Pokemon. And Eradicate gets access to Stab, Returns, Facades, Quick Attacks. And if you get this thing early on in Castelia Sewers and let it actually live and not die, it's going to be pretty good. I'm just go ahead and put him in the B tier for now. Next up is Sandslash. Now, ground types are good in this generation. A lot of steel types, poison types running around. And Sandslash is a good Pokemon. He's defensively bulky, and he gains access to Stab, Earthquakes, and Rock Slide if you needed to. But overall, it's just a good Pokemon, and he'll get you through some tough times. I think Lefable is one of the best Pokemon you could ever use in Nuzlocke because not only is it normal type, so it's very versatile, but it gains access to Soft Boiled and maybe Moonlight. I don't know about Moonlight, but definitely get Soft Boiled. And you get guaranteed leftovers in this generation during one of the seasons in Castelia Sewer, so if you slap that on this thing, it'll just be tanking a lot of things and living forever. Next up is Ninetales. Ninetales, fast, Confuse Rays, fast flamethrowers, and quick attack. But it doesn't have the most amazing special attack, although, if you do manage to get one with Drought and Solar Beams, it'll actually be pretty good. But that's, assuming best case scenario. I think Ninetales is a good Pokemon, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the... It's definitely better than Sandslash. Golduck. Now, I have beef for Golduck, honestly. I feel like this thing is just... It never does what I want it to do, ever. And I don't know, I feel like it just always falls short of what I want my bulky water type to do. It does get a lot of coverage in Psychic and Brick Break, I believe. Surf, Waterfall, Zen Headbutt. But I just think there are better water types, especially ones like Lapras, Vaporeon, or Jellicent is amazing. There's just other water types. You're guaranteed a lot in this game. A lot. There's a lot of... You can manipulate your encounters in this game pretty easily because of the overworld shaking spots. It's really easy. And you can get better water types than Golduck, but... I mean, Golduck is good. I just personally don't like him. My brother loves him, though. Arcanine. This thing's a beast. Intimidate or Flash Fire. Both are good. Intimidate is better. But, I mean... You get a Growlithe early on, right before the Bug Gym. And it gains access to extreme speed, which is so good. And its stats are just amazing all across the board. If you can, use an Arcanine. Dugong. Dugong is a bulky water type, water ice. It's okay. There's dragon and flying types in this region. Pretty common. Dragon type Gym, Dragon type E4. Champion. Iris has her Haxorus. And Archeops. But, it's okay. It's not amazing. And it's only around during winter time too, I believe. So, you could always just change your clock, but there are other ones. Muck. I love Muck. I think I never get to use one in this game because I never get it as my encounter, but I would love to. This thing is such a beast with like sludge bombs and just access to black sludge. And what abilities does it get in this game? In Gen 5, it gets... Okay, I mean, it's hard to get hidden abilities in Poison Touch, but I mean, you Poison Jabs or Sludge Bombs, or I think this thing gets Sucker Punch too. I mean, it's just a good special wall, and Poison types are strong. Same thing with Wheezing. I think Wheezing is really good just on the physical end of things, and there's a lot of physical attackers, especially a Fighting type, Elite Four, and a lot of Fighting types just in general. And Wheezing will just be your solid counter to those all the time. Starmie, this Pokemon is insanely broken. It's just so fast, so strong. Natural Cure, Surf, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Psychic. 2 of those are Stab. This thing is so good. Even gets Confused Ray if you really want to. Jinx. I'm actually going to put Raticate in the bottom of A tier for now, just because this thing is such a beast early on. It's insane. Jinx is... Where do you get Jinx in this game? I don't even remember. I guess Trade Migrate from another game. I mean, what about Smoochum? Oh, I think you can actually get Smoochum somewhere? No, okay, you can't. So you can't even get this thing, so bye. Alright. Next up is Pinsir. But there's a lot of dark types in this game and psychic types, and Pinsir has X Scissor and so many good moves that I don't know. I love Pinsir. I love bug types in general. And there's a psychic and dark type before. This thing is physically defensive too. It's really good, actually. Lapras is like Dugong, but what you want Dugong to be. It's so bulky, and it gains access to Thunderbolt and Surf. I believe Psychic, and I want to say Shadow Ball, but like that might be stretching. I think it gets. I'm pretty sure it gets Thunderbolt though. Okay, not Shadow Ball, but it does get Thunderbolt, yeah. And Psychic. So I mean, this thing is. I love Lapras. Great Pokemon. Ditto, bad. You gotta wait to turn transforming. I mean, Ditto's really only good in competitive Pokemon battling, just because you get the Choice Scarf Imposter. But you have to wait to turn transforming, and you really want to be using that turn to do something different, like attacking or switching out. The Evolutions are all pretty good Pokemon, honestly. I'm gonna put them all in the A tier for now, I believe. I'm actually gonna move Dugong down. Yeah, sorry, Dugong. They're all really good at what you want them to do, honestly. I mean, Vaporeon is just a bulky water type. I don't believe Raticate is better than them. Or maybe Flareon, just because, I mean, Flareon also gets Guts too, so, I mean, who am I kidding? But this thing's fucking great. Next up is Noctowl. I'm gonna be honest, Noctowl. I mean, you get a Pokemon like Crobat, you get Zubat, and I mean a Mantine for if you want flying type coverage. It's normal type, so immune to Ghost, but I mean, there's just better Pokemon than Noctowl, and I don't even remember where you get this thing. Or a Hoodoo. Nature Sanctuary, Nature Reserve. Yeah, so you're not even getting these things for a little bit, right? Yeah, you're not even really gonna get this thing. Where is this? The nature? I believe that's when where the shiny Haxorus is. Let's see. Yep, there he is. Alright, so you can't even get this thing until post E4, so it doesn't even matter, actually. Crobat is such a good Pokemon. Just quad resistance to fighting, immune to ground, grass, it's quad resistant to. It's so fast, so strong. Stab acrobatics are crazy, especially if you get a flying gem. I mean, it's just a good Pokemon. Ampharos is definitely I feel like it does the same thing as Ninetales, where it's just like strong, a decent special attacker with a good special defense, and I don't mean good special attacker, but I mean electric types are good this generation because there's so many water types and flying types just running around, but there's also a lot of ground types. I mean, but it's good. Azumarill, this thing is so damn good if you get it with pure power, because then you can just waterfall whenever you want, and it'll just hurt somebody a lot. And I feel like it gets adaptability in this generation. Well, I mean, you wouldn't need not adaptability. I mean, it does get pure power, but its second ability, Thick Fed, doesn't matter. It's a good Pokemon. It's so good. Sunflora, personally, I just don't think Sunflora is that good of a Pokemon. I mean, I gotta see this thing's stats. I mean, like, I don't feel like there's a lot of reasons he's a grass type in this generation, and it's really slow. Gen 2 just made such bad Pokemon, and like a lot of good ones too, like these two evolutions and Slowking and Skarmory. I mean, but Sunflora was not one of them. Espeon and Umbreon are definitely gonna go join their evolution brethren up here because they are just really good Pokemon, honestly. Very defensive, very offensive, and so much coverage in between. They're just so good. Slowking is... okay, that's definitely how that's gonna go. But Slowking is like... Slowking is just Starmie also, but it gains access to Slack Off. I mean, Starmie also gets Recover, but I mean, like, this thing is the same thing with Starmie. It just Thunderbolt, Surf, Psychic, Ice Beam, the works, you know? Dunsparce? Alright. I love Dunsparce. I do think that if you get lucky and get this thing early on in the second route, I believe, from an encounter, that you can... I'm pretty sure this thing is... okay. Just wanted to check something for the next Pokemon. But anyway, Dunsparce, you can do... it'll carry you through the early game because it's a base form Pokemon, and it gains Coil. So you can do some Coil shenanigans with this guy. It's just... if you get lucky, and he's good. He gets Headbutt, Serene Grace, so I mean Headbutt flinches, that's awesome. He also gets Glare, which is really nice, and I think Dunsparce is very underrated in this generation just because normal types are so good. And now I just need to see, like, I don't know where you get a Metal Coat in this game, actually. I mean, Steelix is such a good Pokemon that it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, it does matter if you get it, but Clay Tunnel, Chargestone Cave. Oh, yeah, okay. I actually do know that you get one. My bad. But, I mean, Steelix is such a good Pokemon. If you have access to trade, I think you should definitely pick one up. It's just so bulky, and Steel type is amazing. It just has so many resistances. Shuckle's alright. Very defensive, but I mean, it's only good and competitive because of entry hazards, and the AI trainers just don't really care too much about those, and Shuckle doesn't really do a lot of damage. I mean, you can Toxic Stall with this thing and a lot of other Pokemon that are going to be on this list, but that's also not the most fun, but it is reliable. Heracross is so good because of close combat, and it's just, I mean, I love Heracross, don't get me wrong, but the quad resist and weakness to Psychic doesn't mean you can really fight too many of them. But I want to see what abilities it gets. Okay, I mean, Guts, are you kidding? This thing's insane. I forgot it even got Guts, but I mean, this thing will just be so cracked out if you get it with Guts. Now, I'm gonna the general trend is that the Pokemon at the top of the tier will be better than the ones on the lower end of the tier, but I feel like when they're close together, like these evolutions, these could all be interchangeable or like over here. But definitely follow the trend of like I definitely do think Arcanine is better than Clefable and Lapras is better than Raticate. You know, Corsola, Recover, but Quad Grass weakness. I mean, Rock type is good and it's very defensive. It's just alright. This is, another trend of the Gen 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Delibird in the poop tier. I think this Pokemon is bad, and I don't know. It also has Hustle, so that just sucks. You're gonna miss your moves half the time. Well, 80% of the time, or 20% of the time, but I mean, I think. Anyway, Octillery. I love Octillery's design so much, and I want it to be so good. It's just so slow, but its attacking stats are really good, and it's not bulky enough to really do much. I definitely think it's better than Dunsparce and maybe even Golduck, honestly. Maybe even like Dunsparce, I don't know. Maybe I'll leave him there. Mantine, great Pokemon, great typing, great, gains Roost and Air Slash, and this thing is just so bulky. It'll definitely wall out a lot of things, and it's very useful for that. Skarmory is the same thing. Now, there's so many flying types in this game that you can use, and Skarmory is just so good, so defensive, and Roost also. I mean, these. I'm just gonna put these in the poop tier because I mean, obviously we're not using them, but also, you can't even get them in the game until after or some things happen. Next up is Pelipper and Water Flying type, also good. It just doesn't have Drizzle in this generation, and I mean, it can get U-turn, but it's just like without Drizzle, I don't know. I feel like it's not nearly as good. But Water Flying type is a great type combination, and I definitely think it's better than these guys. Just maybe right here. Gardevoir, where do you get Ralts in this game? Don't even remember. You can't even, doesn't even seem like you can get this thing. Yeah, you literally can't, so doesn't matter. Why is Noctowl down here? Oh my god, I don't think Noctowl was that bad. Holy shit. What the heck? Definitely up here. Definitely better than Dunsparce, honestly. Delcatty, bad Pokemon? I don't know. I don't even remember. Like, I'm pretty sure you can't get a Skitty in this game. Yeah. So, once again, in the poop tier, I definitely think Delibird. Why did all these get switched? Sorry about that. Aggron, this thing is so good. This thing is so good. Okay, I definitely do think I have to order the evolutions a bit here. Nah, this is fine. I mean, like, they're all really good Pokemon, but it's just so it hits hard and it takes a lot of hits, and steel typing again, just so great on switching it on so many things. It will just wall everything. Wailord is a Pokemon that is very cool because he's so big, but I mean, he's not the bulkiest, and I mean, stab water spouts are obviously amazing. I like Wailord. Definitely not better than, I mean, yeah, I think. I mean, this is definitely think Pelipper would do more for you than Ninetales. Honestly, I mean, there's a lot of steel types, and I think you're better than that first. This is fine. All right, Camerupt. I think this thing is better than these Pokemon. Honestly, it's got decent defense and special defense, but I mean, Solid Rock is a great ability. If it had Sheer Force, I mean, that'd be even crazier. but I believe that's a hidden ability, not a 1D. Oh, I guess it doesn't have Street Force. I don't know why I thought it did, but I mean, Solid Rock is a really good ability just because it'll take neutral damage from ground type moves, which is really nice. But and it also just gains a lot of good moves like Rock Slide, Earth Power, Eruption. Grumpig is it's a good Pokemon. Its Psychic types aren't the best wall, but it certainly gets a lot of good coverage because it is a Psychic type and it is decently defensive. Flygon, who doesn't love Flygon? This guy is so awesome. Honestly, this guy is really cool. He's a cool guy. This is what a cool guy looks like, you know. Flygon is just, ground type with Levitate, so it has ground and electric immunities, and because of dragon typing, it has a lot of neutral resistances and just regular ones that are good. Quite weak to ice, but I mean, ice types aren't too common. But this thing is a good Pokemon. Altaria is also a really good Pokemon. I mean, it's my favorite Pokemon. I love Altaria. I love its design. I love the sound it makes. I think it looks cool. But it also gains Dragon Dance, which is amazing because it can sweep so many things with Dragon Claw or Aerial Aces. And it also gains Con Guard, so you can like set up defense on some things and be fine. Also gains Natural Cure, so you don't have to worry about statuses. Like this thing is really good. Zangoose, I mean, it's good. I think him and Vipers suffer from the same problems of just not being really good Pokemon. Like they're stronger than Dunsparce, but I mean, Dunsparce gets Coil, so that means you could stay in on some things. And Ringgrace is a really good ability. Like Lunatone and Solrock. I'm actually gonna rank these three similarly, and they're going in the poop tier. Sorry, Castform. From hacks make this Pokemon really good, but unfortunately, Game Freak did not. Anyway, so Lunatone, Solrock, all three of these have Levitate, and also Psychic types, which is really good because that means they get a lot of coverage, and they're honestly pretty good in the stats that they specialize in, like the special attack and special defense of Lunatone is really good, and same with Solrock. Claydol's like both. It has its attacking stats aren't the best, but its defensive stats are really good. And since you get leftovers, it could stay in for a decent amount of time. Claydol, I like Claydol a lot. Honestly, I like all three of these Pokemon a lot. I definitely think that Claydol is the better of the three. I would put it over here, I think. I mean, it has a lot of weaknesses. And then, yeah, I like this. Banette's Mega is really good, but Banette itself is okay. I mean, got a lot of attack, but it's not the fastest, and it's really frail. I actually want to see what moves it gets in this generation. I never even encountered Shuppet in this game anyway. I always get something else. I mean, Sucker Punch, Shadow Sneak Stab. Can you get Shadow Punch? No. So, I mean, its moveset isn't the best either. I mean, it gets Shadow Claw, so that's good. Nice stab move for it. And Shadow Sneak is always good with a priority move. I feel like you would have to EV train this thing though for it to be really, really good, and that's kind of tedious to do in Nuzlocke. Unless you play with fast forward and stuff, but I mean, it's good. Ghost type resistances, and he's decently strong too. You can make him fast, so I definitely think he's better than Grumpig, honestly, and these guys down here. Tropius, I think, is a bad Pokemon. It's just not the best. Like this, honestly. No, honestly, like this. Quad weak to ice, weak to rock, weak to flying, weak to fire. It is so slow and it gets harvest, which is cool, but I mean, I don't really like it. If you get, like, there are other, I don't think there's a lot of reasons to use grass types in this generation. because you get access to a lot of electric types and Pokemon that can get coverage. And there are also better ones like Whimsicott, Lilligant, Simisage, Superior. But Absol's good Pokemon. It's strong. It's Dark type, which is really good because there's a Ghost and Psychic type Elite Four member, and it hits hard, honestly. Excuse me. I think Wilderness is a fantastic Pokemon, especially if you get it with Thick Fat, because it'll just be a wall that can stand in front of everything, and also not take a lot of damage from Fire type moves. Like, I'm pretty sure it'll effectively be a not very effective move on it just because of that ability. Yeah, and it could sit in on water types, and these aren't even that bad. We can just have. Look at these stats. This thing is. Do you have leftovers to this thing? Are you kidding me? Metagross would obviously be a fantastic Pokemon. It's got great type. Oh my god, It's got great typing and a lot of good stat moves in Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Psychic. Which means it also gets coverage, but it's a hard encounter to get, and it also has a catch rate of 3, which is what other legendaries have. So you could be sitting there for a while. Roserade is a good Pokemon. It's really fast. Gets Sleep Powder. But without Fairy types and not too many like uses for Grass type Pokemon after Marlin, really. It just kind of falls off a bit without having the Fairy types around or more Water types. But it is really good. It's really strong, and if you get Technician on it, then Hidden Power would be cool. But if not, you get Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain and Energy Ball and Sleep Powder. I mean, I like Roserade line. It's got a really cool design too. Vespiquen is good because it's got good typing for being a physical wall on like fighting and Dark type Pokemon and Grass type Pokemon, and it gets Defend Order and Heal Order, which is cool. It's all right. Floatzel's a really good Pokemon, I think, because it's just fast and it's strong. Ice Fang, Ice Beam, Surf, Aqua Jet. It's got a lot of good coverage. The Ghost types in this generation are really cool. I like the mansion and route outside the mansion that gives you access to some ghost and like spooky Pokemon. Like I think you can get Rotom in there actually. I don't know. I'm gonna double check. Let's see what Route 15 looks like. Oh my god, I cannot spell. There we go. Okay, so you can get here until post game. So that is unfortunate. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I'm just gonna go. But Drifblim, it's got good resistances, and it's got a lot of HP and a decent amount of special attack. I think this thing gets Flare Boost. It does get Flare Boost. I mean, Unburden's really good too, but that's Flare Boost is just an ability. I mean, but it gets the job done when you need it to. It's a good flying type in this generation. Better than Pelipper for sure. Actually, okay. Lopunny is a good Pokemon. It's fast. Gets Jump Kick and it gets Stab returns. Really good Pokemon. And you get a Silk Scarf too, so those returns are really gonna hurt. It's just a really good offensive Pokemon. It is frail, but it's really fast, and I think it gets U-turn also. Bronzong is a really good Pokemon too, especially if you get. I mean, either Heat Proof or Levitate is good because it just gets rid of one of its weaknesses, but it's just It's a really good Pokemon, really good typing before they nerfed Steel types. So it still has that Dark and Ghost resistance. But I mean, this is a good Pokemon too. Great typing. Spiritomb. Where do you get Spiritomb from in this game? You can't even. You have to migrate. So get away. Lucario. This thing is broken. This thing will be one of your most broken Pokemon. Okay, I'm sorry. You would obviously be like up here. Lucario would be up here. It's so fast, so strong. Great typing. So it can stay in on flying types and psychic types if you really wanted to, but also gets Bullet Punch and I don't see what abilities it gets in this game, but it probably gets amazing ones. Yeah, your focus is good. You can stay in on Fake Outs. I mean, it's just really strong and really fast, and just close combat will hurt. Trapeon is another really good Pokemon. Great typing, and it's really strong and decently fast too. It's just, and if you get it with battle armor, so it can't get crit, this thing will be one of your most reliable Pokemon ever if you get it, just by virtue of it being amazing, you know. Carnivine, Route 18. Forget all that. I think it's the yeah. No, that's the wrong game. Okay, it's this one in between Humulao and but I mean, Carnivine, it's okay. It gets Levitate. There's not really a lot of reasons to use a grass type Pokemon, but it is strong. It's not the fastest. I mean, it's definitely better than Dunsparce. I want to keep Dunsparce in B tier just cause. Weavile is a fantastic Pokemon. Two really good types for this generation, and it's just so fast and so strong. It'll take care of so many threats when you need it to, and you can just switch out. It gets Ice Shard also. It's really frail, but I mean, you would never really let this thing take a hit. You come in to kill something with Weavile. Magazone is another really good Pokemon. Great typing, and it just is really strong. I mean, I wish Magneton was on this list too. If I had Magneton, I would also put him up here because you get a guaranteed Eviolite in Castelia City, so you can just make that thing really like your tank, honestly. But Magneton is a really good Pokemon, honestly. Definitely. Trapeon should be higher, I think. Yeah. Tangrowth. There's not too many things this thing can really tank because of a lot of flying and fire type coverage, but I mean, when you need it to come in and be a wall and give it, if it has Leech Seed and it gets Giga Drain, it's really not gonna die, honestly. So it is a very reliable tank in that way. Yeah, that's fine right then. Electivire and Magmortar are both really good Pokemon. I'm gonna rank them the same because I feel like they both have a lot of uses and they're really strong. Do you get a Togepi? I feel like you don't, so Togekiss is not gonna be. Yeah. Love you, Togekiss, but cannot rank you. I'm sorry. Gliscor is such a good Pokemon. This Pokemon, it's a great typing, and it gets Roost, U-turn, Earthquake or Bulldoze, Acrobatics, and it's gonna resist a lot of things and be a reliable wall. Same thing as Drapion. Especially if you get it with Toxic Heal, with its hidden ability. I mean, you can do that through Hidden Grottos, but it's just really hard to guarantee. which Pokemon you're gonna get, obviously because it's random. But also, when you catch Pokemon from a hidden grotto, it says met in hidden grotto, so that kind of rules out all the other ones for the game. And I think that one is best reserved for the guaranteed skill link Cinccino. But Gliscor is a really good Pokemon too. Definitely up here with the big boys. I want to put another Pokemon in S tier so bad. I mean, like the Algen Palkia. They can go in S tier. The next Pokemon to go in S tier. Alright, this arguments can be made. Oh, you can't even be obtained either. And I don't know where you get a Porygon from. Yeah, okay. So, Mamoswine is a good Pokemon, especially with thick fat. This thing's gonna be able to. These are not good. This thing's gonna be able to survive a lot of hits. It's got great stab moves too. Ice Skull Crash in this generation. Earthquake, Ice Shard. It's a strong Pokemon too. And Ground type is really good, and so is Ice type in this generation. So I'm gonna actually put it like around here. Probopass, I just wish it had more HP, but it does have amazing defense and special defense. It's kind of like Claydol, but without Levitate, so it does have that. Yeah, because it doesn't have Levitate, I mean, it gets Magnerized, and you can always give it an air balloon, but because it doesn't have Levitate, it's so hard to make work because of ground type, but it's definitely... yeah, you're like down the best, I'm sorry. Superior is good. It's just, it gets Coil, it's strong. It's only grass type, so I mean, like, thank God it doesn't have like a psychic type weakness like a grass and poison type Pokemon like Roserade. I mean, it's just a good Pokemon. It's fast, strong, good stab, kick and drain, Leaf Blade, Energy Ball, gets Coil. I think I mentioned that already, but I mean, it's good. They're definitely better Pokemon than it, but definitely better than Claydol. Emboar is such an amazing starter if you get it. I use like a 1 to 3 generator to pick my starter, but this thing is really good because fire and fighting type Pokemon are really good in this generation because of all the steel type and dark type Pokemon that are around. And it's surprisingly bulky, I think, and a lot of good moves too. You can give this thing Fire Punch and Hammer Arm. It's a really good Pokemon. The Samurott is also a really good Pokemon. It's just strong, and there's a decent amount of ground types, and a water type Pokemon you can't go wrong with. Also gets a lot of coverage. It gets X-Scissor, and like other good moves, I believe. I remember I used this thing one time when I first played. Like the second time I played Black and White, the first one, I used a team of only Kling Klang, Leavanny, and Samurott, and this thing was really cool. Against Megahorn, Fury Cutter. It does get X-Scissor. It gets Grass Knot. I mean, this thing is like, it gets a lot of good moves, and its stats are really good too. It's definitely got the stats to back them up. Like, those are some good stats because it's got a lot of HP too. It's a good Pokemon. Watchog, you know, I wish it was as good as Raticate, but it's really not. I mean, it'll get you through the early game for sure. But I mean, it falls off after. Really, there's not much to say about it. Stoutland is really good because it evolves early. It gets Intimidate, which is really good, and because it's a normal type, it gets a lot of versatile moves, but also gains access to all the Elemental Fangs, which can really help you out in a lot of situations. It does fall off, certainly, but I mean, while you have it, it's going to be really good. Definitely, like, around here, I think. I think Wipeart is so bad. I think, like, Fake Out, I mean, it's fast, but it really falls off during the early game. I mean, not the early game, it just falls off in general. It's not the strongest Pokemon. The monkeys are good, but the problem with them is that the only place you can get them is in Lost Lorn Forest from a shaking grass patch, and I'm pretty sure that is such a low chance, and for some reason, Lost Lorn Forest is one of the few places that a shaking grass patch has probably, I think, 8 Pokemon in it. The pool of Pokemon, like... See how so many Pokemon that you can get, and 10%. I mean, it's fine, and I would always recommend getting an auto as soon as you can. But I mean, great Pokemon. Other than that, they're just really hard to get in general. But they do good jobs, is what they do. They're just strong Pokemon. I'm definitely gonna rank them all together. I think they do. I like the way this guy looks too. Pusharna is alright. Where do you even get a Muna from? Okay, so this is available plus Elite 4. You can't get this. Unpheasant. Super Luck is like what makes this thing really good. You're not even guaranteed to get that, but also it's just I wish it got better moves. Like a Drill Peck or something. If we got Drill Peck, that'd be crazy. But returns are nice. You get a Scope Lens in this game, so it'll be hitting crits and no problem. It's just I wish it got better moves. And it's fast. It's strong. It's definitely like around here. Striker is cool because it's fast electric type and it gets access to coverage like Flame Charge. That's cool. Other than that, just standard electric type. It's just fast and strong. Gigalith, if you have a way to trade, Gigalith will be a great Pokemon. It's only rock type, so it doesn't have quad weakness to grass and water. But it is just really defensive and strong. Swoobat can be one of your best Pokemon if you get it with Simple. I think. I gotta see what ability to get for this game, but. Okay, well, it'll be your hidden ability. So I mean, if you can get Simple, it'll be really good because Calm Eye will just be broken on it. But it is really frail and not the strongest Pokemon, but it's got a decent typing. I definitely think like around here is a good spot for it. Excadrill is our next S tier Pokemon. He's so good. It's insane how good. If he gets Mold Breaker or Sand Rush, even like both are great abilities because you can just destroy Pokemon with it. But Mold Breaker will let you hit Electros, like gets his Electros with Earthquake, and that's just so valuable, I feel. And it's decently bulky, it's fast, and it's so strong. This thing will kill everything. Audino, look guys, Audino is a fantastic Pokemon. I'm putting B tier. This thing, I'm putting my boy Audino up in A tier because this thing, it gets Regenerator. They're everywhere, and it's got such great defenses. It's got really good defensive stats, so it can stand on a lot of stuff, give it leftovers. This thing will never die, and you can do. I've done so many cool things with it. Like, I remember I used Simple Beam on a Pokemon that had Sheer Force so that I could get a more reliable switch in on it because it could take the hit because it's so strong, and then you just heal off all the damage when you switch out. This thing is amazing, and Return, Shockwave, Surf. It gets so much coverage. This thing is amazing. Conkeldurr. Guts, broken ability, and it's really bulky and it's really strong. That's really all to say about it. Throw and Sock. Yeah, okay, I thought he got Guts, so I mean this is a good Pokemon just because you have Guts. I mean, not the best, but I mean Guts is a really good ability and it'll make any Pokemon with it broken. That's why Flareon is so high up. But I mean, it definitely could have. I think it could have better stats. It's really bulky, but I mean, it could be fast. It's Sock. I think this thing gets Mold Breaker. And yeah, it does get Mold Breaker. But you're probably gonna have a Sturdy, and that's good because it can just take a hit when you need it to, and it is decently fast and really strong. So it's a good Pokemon. But the only problem is, I think you get these that are at the Elite Four, and that's just such a long time to get. That definitely, because you get them so late. But I mean, they are really good Pokemon. Leavanny, I like Leavanny. It's a good Pokemon. It's pretty strong, honestly. And Stab, Leaf Blades, and X-Scissors are really good, and Bug type is good in this generation. So it's definitely a good Pokemon, and can surprise you with how useful it is. Probably like right here, I think. like right here. Oh, we're almost done. Wow. Scolipede doesn't get speed boost in this generation, I believe. So many tabs open. Oh, sorry. No, it doesn't. I thought so. So that sucks. It's got a good typing, but I mean, they're definitely better Pokemon than it. And Whimsicott gets Prankster. You can do some Tailwind shenanigans with this thing. It's okay. Without the Fairy typing, though, I feel like it's worse because the Fairy typing makes it a lot better. But it is a good Pokemon, though. Don't get me wrong. It'll definitely help you out in some situations. The Grass type Pokemon in this generation are generally really good, honestly, for the generation that they're in, especially like Lilligant. Okay, well, except Maractus. Maractus is going to the poop tier. Maractus, get it there. Lilligant is a very, very good Pokemon because it gets Quicker Dance. That's literally it. It will just set up, and then you Giga Drain, heal it all back, and you win battles. It's this Pokemon is so good just because it has Quicker Dance like that. That makes it so amazing. Basculin is a really good Pokemon too. I feel like it does the same thing that Pinsir kind of does, and that's just a really strong meat stick that you wave around and hit Pokemon with. But it gets adaptability also, and that's really good. It's just a good Pokemon. I'm gonna put these in. I gotta. Oh, that's so far out. Things getting a lot of Pokemon to rank. Things getting big, but I mean, Crocodile and Darm are definitely S tier Pokemon. They are so good. Sheer Force, Flare Blitz, like Fire Punch, Headbutt. This thing is so strong. And Rock Slide. This thing's crazy strong. Like you'd be crazy not to use this. It's fast too. It'll kill just anything you put it out against. Crocodile is also really good because not only does it get Intimidate, but it's got great typing in Ground Dark, a lot great types for this generation, and it also has Moxie, which are both fantastic abilities to get. Like, if you just get a kill with this thing, it's just going to start steamrolling the entire team. These Pokemon are definitely very, very good Pokemon. Like, Gen 5 made a lot of good Pokemon, honestly. Okay. Crustle. It's good typing of Pokemon Bug and Rock. Gets rid of some weaknesses for Rock and Bug. And it gets good moves. It's defensive, like X-Scissor, Rock Slide. It's a good Pokemon, honestly. I like Crustle. I think it's sturdy too, so it can take hits. Scrafty. I need to see Scrafty stats real quick. I know this thing gets Moxie and Intimidate, so that's just really good. But I just want to see how fast it is. Okay, it's not the fastest, but it's... Oh, I don't know if Scrafty was this bulky. I never get a Scraggy. I always get Darumaka. This thing is pretty good, though, honestly. It's got good typing. It's got a really good typing, honestly. Definitely up here with the bigger boys. Sigilyph, it's a good Pokemon. It's fast. It gets strong moves like Psychic, and it can learn Cosmic Power and Rooster. It can just stay in on a lot of things, honestly. And Psychic types they're okay. I mean, there's a decent amount of fighting types and some poison types. Flying type is alright. Definitely don't think like okay, it's definitely better than Swoobat. I think Swoobat should go like over here. I think Cofagrigus. It's another defensive Pokemon that it's got a cool ability that it can kind of shut down other Pokemon that have Sheer Force or something. You just come and take the hit and then leave. But it baits Dark type moves, which is good because then you can switch in on your own Dark type or Fighting type or something. But it's just really defensive, and Ghost types are generally good for that because they're immune to fighting and normal, but they resist poison, bug, some other stuff. But I mean, like, he can take some hits. The thing of leftovers, it'll be fine. Around I think Superior is better than you. Like, around here, I think. Garbodor. Garbodor, I don't really think it's that good, honestly. It's definitely, like, eh, without poison. Oh, this thing, oh, another S tier. But like, just, look at how many Gen 5 Pokemon are in here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, these guys are taking over, man. Like, the Gen 5 made so many good Pokemon. Like, Scavalier. Oh my god, Ferrothorn. Ugh. Gen 5 made so many good Pokemon, but I mean, fast, so strong, so much coverage. Dark type, amazing. This thing it'll carry you, I guarantee. Now I'm putting Cinccino all the way up here because, well, Technician is a good ability, but you're actually guaranteed to get a skill link Cinccino after when you get to Nimbasa City, the route to the left of it. And I mean, you can give it Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, Tail Slap, and then work up. This thing will it's really fast, and it's honestly got a good attack stat, but it'll do a lot more than you might think it can. I'm definitely gonna put him like up here because it gets a lot of good coverage and stab tail slaps that hit 5 times. That's so much damage. Are you kidding me? I think Gothitelle kind of sucks, honestly. It's slow. It's definitely better than Dunsparce. Okay. Nah, Garbodor is worse than Dunsparce. I love Dunsparce. Gothitelle is just like, I think it's like the same thing with Grumpig, and Rayuniclus is a little bit better. I believe. I feel that way. I mean, they're kind of the same, honestly. Gothitelle's a little better than I'm giving it credit for, honestly. Right here. Where's Rayuniclus? Swanna is not that good. It's like a worse Pelipper, honestly. I think it's Vanillux. Ice type's good. Sets up hail, so you get guaranteed blizzards. It's got a lot of attack, and it gets Flash Cannon for some reason, which is really funny to me. But I mean, it's really only good for ice beams and blizzards, and there's not a lot it can switch in on. But I mean, it's good. No, definitely like around here. Sawsbuck, it's okay. It gets jump kick and high jump kick, which is cool, and Horn Leech, which is also really cool. But I mean, weak to fighting, it's got a lot of weaknesses, and the normal type does help it with ghost type Pokemon, but it's just not that good, honestly. I like around here, I'd say. Emolga, fast Volt Switch acrobatics user. It's good because it can get you a lot of momentum in a battle. So that it is really good for that, honestly, and that's so important in Nuzlocke, I feel, to just get the Pokemon you need to be. Scavalier is another S tier Pokemon. Just the typing is amazing, and it's just really defensive. And I mean, if it doesn't, as long as it's not switching into fire type moves, this thing is gonna live everything and just destroy something with its massive attack stat. Like, I definitely want to put it around here. Like, I gotta order this. The S2 is pretty sad. I definitely. Excadrill, Krookodile, Metagross, Zoroark. These are some of the best Pokemon in the game, honestly, and yeah, this is fine so far. Wait, can you even get a Slowpoke in this game? Why did I put Slowking on there? Ah, that's why. Wait, can you get a Slowpoke though? No. Okay, you'd have to trade it over. So honestly, bye. Among Us. He's a good Pokemon. He's got a lot of defense. He's got a higher attack stat than what's that Pokemon's name? Not Cinderace, Talonflame. It's so funny that this thing has a higher base attack set than Talonflame. It's like the same. It's really funny. 85. I think it just might be the same. 81. It's higher. That's crazy. That's so crazy. But I mean, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Regenerator. If you get it like that way, Hidden Grottos, Pokemon have their hidden abilities. It's just like I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's fine where he is. Jellicent is an amazing Pokemon. It's got good typing and it's really bulky. It gets Recover, Ominous Wind for potential Omni boost, but just Surf, Shadow Ball, and Scald to burn. It's a good Pokemon. It'll handle fighting types with ease. I mean, it's really good. It's a good Pokemon. Almamola is it's really defensive, but I mean, hold on, my music stopped. No, never mind. I mean, it gets Wish, and that's cool. Like here, I think. Galvantula is so good. Galvantula is one of the best Pokemon in this game. It's got great typing, but Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, it has Thunder and it has Compound Eyes, so it'll get more accuracy on its moves. Or Tinted Lens, I believe it also gets. Let me check. Compound Eyes, yeah. So it's gonna hit its moves, and it's Bug Buzz. Bug's a great type in this game. So is Electric. It's a really good Pokemon. It's really fast and really strong. Volt Switch is really nice to have. Ferrothorn. Here comes another S tier menace to society. This thing just never dies. It's got a great typing. I like this. Kling Clang. Kling Clang's alright. Steel type. He gets Shift Gear, so he gets faster and stronger. That's cool. But I mean, his abilities kind of suck. Yeah, plus or minus. Like its ability leaves a lot to be desired. But I mean, Steel type is good, and it'll just kind of sit on things. I'm gonna put a lot of these in. I just don't use legendaries. Onyx is in the poop tier. I don't know why you would not use a Steelix in the first place. These I'm just gonna use these either. I don't believe you can get. Where can you get a Heatmor and a Durant? Twist Mountain. Twist Mountain. Yeah, these things are post E4 also. Can you get a Braviary? Is it within the level cap? Yes, just barely. Route 23. Okay, so these are good. Just clearing some of these guys out the way. This isn't available post E4 either. You wouldn't use this. I think these honestly are somewhat viable because of Eviolite. I'll get to that when I get there. Electros is a great Pokemon, so much coverage, and the only weakness it has it is immune to. And it's decently bulky also. Beheman is kind of bad, honestly. Not that good of a Pokemon. Psychic type is good for coverage, but I mean, it's slow, and there are other Pokemon that I honestly think you could be using instead. Chandelure is a good Pokemon. Stab, Flamethrowers, and Shadow Balls are good. It's got a lot of special attack, but I believe it's decently fast for how strong it is. Yeah, 80 base speed with 145 special attack is crazy. But I mean, yeah, so it comes in and it hits something really hard and with really good moves too. It's definitely up here. Haxorus, Dragon Dance, Menace to Society. This thing is really good. It just gets a lot of coverage. Dragon Dance. Like it's a good Pokemon. Beartic. Where do you get Kabuchu from? Okay, you can't get this guy. Sorry. And can you even get Cryo? I don't know. No. Alright. Excelgor is cool. It's really fast and really strong, but it's so frail. And hazards are one of the best things about it in competitive Pokemon. But it gets good coverage with Giga Drain and Bug Buzz. And like, it's good. It's just not nearly as good as this Cavalier. Definitely drew the short end on the stick, but it's, I think around here is where it might sit. Mienshao is also, I really want to put this thing in S tier. I think I'm definitely gonna put this thing in S tier. So strong, so fast. U-turn, acrobatics, high jump kick, wide lens, and bulk up. This thing is never going to die. Never. Or not never gonna, it's gonna just destroy whatever it's sitting in front of. Druddigan. Wait, where do you get Druddigan from? Okay, Victory Road. Oh yeah, you get it right before where the rival fight room is. It's you get it really late. I mean, but dragon types are generally good just because of the resistances they have and only 2 weaknesses. And I mean, they're definitely a lot better dragon types to use, but its stats are good. You know, it's got a lot of attack and a lot of resistances. Oh yeah, you get Golurk and Victory Road also. Actually, Golurk it's really strong. It's good typing. That's really all there is to say about it. It gets Fly, which is really cool actually. But I mean, it's good. Around here, I'd say. Bisharp, fantastic Pokemon. Great typing, great attack, great moves, beast mode. Iron Head and Ice Slash, and I think it gets Battle Armor also, or Shell Armor, one of the two. But it's... Oh, I thought it did. I don't know. It's got good abilities. I mean, the stats are crazy, and it can sit on a lot of things. Buffon, where do you get Buffon? I need to find this out. Okay, you can get it Buffon. Buffon is cool. I love normal types. It can learn a lot of good moves, and it's really strong. It gets Reckless, so its hits are gonna hit insanely hard. Definitely better than Lopunny. Braviary and Mandibuzz. Get out of here. I'm just gonna put these down here. I don't think you would ever want to really use them over their evolutions, honestly. But Braviary and Mandibuzz is great typing and really good moves and defense. This thing is a solid wall. It's a really good Pokemon. Braviary is like the opposite. It's a really good strong Pokemon, and it gets superpower, which is really cool for coverage. And it hits really hard. Honestly, I'm always scared to face for him. Yeah, like, and it's got a lot of HP too. It's a good Pokemon. You get a really late game, but I mean, both of them do really good things. And all right, this might surprise you all, but Volcarona is actually gonna go like over here. It's a great Pokemon with fantastic stats, but the one thing you want it to do, which is Quiver Dance setup, it won't even do because you can only get this thing at level 30, I believe it is, in the underground sand place. But I mean, look at its level up moves. It doesn't get Quiver Dance until 59. That's what level Iris's ace Pokemon is. So you're not even gonna get this until the last battle. And its other moves are good, but I mean, like, it's just, it sucks that the one thing it's amazing at, it can't really do. And that's why I think it goes here. Anyway, that's the list actually. Anybody who made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed.